Welcome to Sci-Fi Stories. If you love stories of courage and mystery, make sure to subscribe and join our growing community.
The proving grounds of Hrothgar had never hosted a human. For 6 centuries, the galaxy's most feared warriors had come to this Deathworld to earn a place among the elite Vanguard Legion. The rule was simple and absolute. Only apex predators need apply. Species that had clawed, hunted, and slaughtered their way to the top of their planetary food chains. Lieutenant Kthok watched from the stone platform as the human stepped off the transport ship. She was small, fragile-looking. Her equipment was minimal. No heavy armor, no energy weapons, no ceremonial trophies. Compared to the towering alien candidates, she looked laughably out of place. "My name is Maya Rodriguez," she said calmly. She had volunteered for the trial of fangs. Kthok's 4 eyes narrowed, his scaled hide rippling with restrained aggression. Amusement and pity mixed in equal measure. "You understand the terms," he growled. 10 hunters, 7 days, 1 jungle continent. If you survive, you pass. If you die... He gestured toward the trophy hall behind him, where bones and skulls from 100 species were mounted like decorations. Maya nodded once. Her dark eyes revealed nothing. What Kthok did not tell her, what no cadet was ever told, was the truth about the hunters. They were not instructors. They were not simulations. They were failed candidates. Warriors so lethal, so efficient, that after failing the final evaluation, they chose to remain on Hrothgar as permanent predators. Each had killed dozens of challengers. Each wore their tally with pride, and every one of them wanted a human skull. The hunt began at dawn. By noon, the first hunter was dead. Vexshar the Silent, a Krell assassin with chameleonic skin and retractable claws, had tracked Maya to a waterfall. He had her scent, her trail, her predicted escape route. What he didn't account for was the tripwire, or the sharpened stakes, or the 100-meter fall into stone below. By sunset, 3 more hunters were gone. One was crushed by a massive deadfall trap, engineered with precision that would have impressed a siege architect. Another collapsed screaming after stepping on poison thorns harvested from the local flora and carefully placed along a game trail. The third simply vanished into a pit that hadn't existed an hour earlier. No roar, no final message, just absence. By the 3rd day, the remaining hunters began to coordinate. They were apex predators, but they had never been prey. The psychological shift shattered them. Every shadow suggested death. Every silence screamed danger. Sleep became impossible. Maya moved through the jungle like a ghost, not because she was naturally stealthy, but because she understood something the aliens did not. Humans weren't apex predators because they were the strongest or the fastest. They were apex predators because they were persistent, because they adapted, because when motivated, they became terrifying. She turned the hunter's advantages against them. The one with enhanced hearing died from sonic feedback generated by resonant traps. The hunter with thermal vision fell into a fire pit masked by heat-reflective foil. The pack-minded Hyrax warriors turned on one another after she contaminated their pheromone trails. By day 6, only 1 hunter remained, a Draxian berserker who had killed 43 cadets over the years. He stayed mobile. He avoided obvious traps. He never slept. So Maya stopped running and started hunting. She found him on the 7th day, exhausted, half-mad from sleep deprivation, driven by paranoia. The fight lasted 3 minutes. It wasn't elegant. It wasn't honorable. It was efficient. When Maya walked back to the proving grounds gate, she carried a heavy sack that clinked with every step. She stopped before Kthok's platform and overturned it. 10 skulls, clean marked and engraved with hunter tallies, rolled across the stone floor. The compound fell silent. Kade, instructors, battle-scarred veterans, all stared at the small human who had rewritten 6 centuries of tradition. "I believe," Maya said calmly, "this satisfies the requirements." Kthok looked at the skulls, then at the human, then back at the skulls. In his language, there was no word for what he had witnessed. In hers, there was only one. Overkill. Humanity had sent its answer, and the galaxy heard it loud and clear